Hey, what's going on? Glad you guys are here with me today. It's going to be an awesome time here, and we're going to have some good, wholesome fun together today. It's going to be great, and we're going to bend your mind a little bit, right? And I just realized I got something on my shirt there. Must have been leftovers from some dinner. So save a little something for later, I guess. Anyways. My name is Josh, and we are here today to talk about you, and we're going to help you move yourself and your business forward. If you haven't been here before, if you haven't seen me before, maybe you're looking at me and being like, who the heck is this guy showing up on my feed? So my wife and I, we've been in the marketing world for a while. We've been in network marketing. We've done affiliate marketing. We've done attraction marketing and all that stuff. Currently, the biggest thing that we're working on is email marketing and affiliate marketing. And we do a little bit of other stuff here in between. But basically what we're doing is I get on here once a week to really give you a topic that can help you think, that can help you move your business forward, that can help you with mindset. And today, the biggest question that I have, and I know I've struggled with this before, but have you ever sat back and wondered like why you fail to attain the things that you truly desire? And what I mean by that is like, have you ever wanted something really bad, but then you always wondered like, why don't you ever get that thing, right? Why does that thing never show up? And what we're going to talk about today is a little bit of desire, and we're going to talk about action, and we're going to talk about accomplishments. And really what we're going to do is lay out a framework of what it takes to really bring your vision to life. And this is something that I've had a lot of work, introspective work. I've had a lot of help from mentors and from coaches, and I've done a lot of self-reflection on this. And this is a topic that I've actually talked about before, but not in this setting. I've talked about it in other settings. And the biggest reason I haven't done it in this setting is mainly because a lot of this can be opinionated, right? And so I actually spent a lot of work going through and asking people what it takes to accomplish your goals, what it takes to really fulfill your vision and move yourself forward. And that's something that I don't take lightly, right? Like I've really taken a lot of the feedback. I've thought about it. I've put some real introspective work into that. And I believe that I've put together something that is truly going to help you. So if you are perfect and you're not struggling and everything is great and you're achieving all of your goals, then I hope you have a great rest of your evening, because this is probably not going to be for you. But if you're like me and you have days where you feel down on yourself and you're like, man, why did this not happen? Why did this person not show up to a call? Quick side note, that happened just before this. Got ghosted here just before this. So even people that are moving on and moving forward, that still happens to us. And that's just the way it works. But the whole fact of the matter of this is that I don't believe that anybody's perfect. So this is going to be for anybody out there. But if you believe you're perfect, great, no problem. I'm not going to be offended by that. Honestly, that's a personal opinion. But anyways, so we talk about like the question I asked, have you ever wondered why you fail to attain the things you truly desire? And a lot of people, they feel unfulfilled, and they've managed to keep, like some people feel unfulfilled in their life, in their job, in their business, where other people just seem to kind of push on and move forward. And, some people just really push through all those struggles and they make it work and they make it come alive, and they really just put a lot of that effort into their whatever they're doing, right? So if it's your job, you're putting a lot of effort into that. If it's your business, or maybe it's a hobby. And then there's other people that are just like, you know what, that's it. I've had it. I can't do it. I'm done. It's a failure. I'm quitting. And the difference between those two people is really coming down to one single question: is how bad do I want this? So like, think about that, right? One question. That's it. One simple question. How bad do I want this? And so the pointers that we're going to go through is really kind of how you can get there. But the other part of it too is, while I'm talking through this, just start, maybe jot down some notes and maybe start putting some things together of like, how bad do you truly want the result that you're striving to get to? How bad do you truly want to reach those goals that you've put together? And is your desire strong enough to support your vision to bring it to life? So one of the biggest things is that when you're talking about vision, there's a link between desire and action, right? So when you are thinking like accomplishing your goals, the first step towards accomplishing those goals is actually desire. The desire to want that thing that you are looking at, right? The desire to want that big house, the desire to want that nice car, or maybe it's the desire to help people. Maybe it's a desire to be free so that way you can go do philanthropic work, or maybe you want to go travel the world and help the needy, or you want to do build homes with Habitat for Humanity. Whatever it is that you want to do, it all starts with desire. And a lot of times desire starts in a way where everything's exciting, everything is just, yeah, I really want that, like that'd be so amazing. And as time goes on, that desire can start to wane. You start looking up ways that you can make extra money. You start finding ways that you can get rid of that job. You start looking for other jobs that maybe give you more free time. You're reading books, you're listening to audios, you're doing all these things, and you're so jazzed up, and then it kind of fades and you stop reading, and then you stop listening, and then you start really just kind of hating your life, and you start hating your job, and everything gets stressful. And next thing you know, that desire has kind of waned out. And what happens is a lot of people, they take this little bits of action, right? And they say like, oh, this famous person over here said that I need to read, and I need to read every day, and I need to do this all the time. And then so you read every day for a month. And then you're like, man, I didn't achieve my goal. This guy must be bogus. This guy must be out of his gourd. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And that's not true. You did it for a month. Some of these guys that have been successful have read for years before they even achieved the level of success that they have. Look at some of the most famous CEOs out there, right? They read an average of I think it's 57 books a year. That's a book a week. Now, not all of those books are giant, thick books. You look back behind, other side, look back behind me over here, like that 30 Days book right there. That's a giant book, right? But that book is designed to give a lot of information. There's a lot of stuff there. But the big thing is that it's not just about reading, right? But that's one thing. Somebody takes action right away and then it stops. And then they're like, well, maybe reading wasn't the thing. Maybe I need to listen to all these audios. I'm going to go find every personal development podcast out there, and I'm going to binge listen to those for a month. And then that month is over and you're like, man, I didn't reach my goal. I don't know what to do. Like, this sucks. I'm a failure. I don't know what's going on. And this pattern just repeats over and over and over and over until finally you give up. And you say, you know what, that's it. It's not going to work. I'm not an entrepreneur. I can't handle this. I don't know what to do. I keep doing these things, and these people are saying they're making it rich and all this stuff, and I just don't understand. And that's where action and desire together need that. They need to be paired up. Think of that like a marriage, right? Like that needs to be a lifelong bond, that your desire needs to be high and your action needs to be high. If one is lower than the other, then you're not going to make it through. You're not going to actually have the ability to move on forward. And so it doesn't matter how bad you want something. If you don't act on it, then it's not going to happen. And the same goes the other way, right? Doesn't matter how much you act on something. If you don't want it bad enough, it's never going to happen. And so the biggest thing, the reason why I brought up these things of like, oh, you read for a month and then you stop. And then you listen to audios for a month and then you stop, is because you're not going to get there overnight. When I started our first business here a few years ago, and one of the biggest things that I was told is that I was not told, but asked by my mentor was, are you okay if it takes 5 to 10 years to reach your goal? And I thought about it. And at first I was like, man, no, like that's a long time. But the more I sat back and thought about it, I realized, at the time I was 32, 31, whatever it was, early 30s, I'm mid 30s now. But, at the time I was thinking, man, let's say 10 years, I'd be in my early 40s. Being retired in my early 40s would be awesome. So yeah, if it took 10 years, so what? It takes 10 years, right? And I've talked to people that say, oh, nothing should ever take you that long. You should never have to wait that long to get something. Well, you know what? I look at it now. I'll be 35 in a few days, a week. So when that happens, right, I'm going to look at that and go, at 35, that same question comes to mind. If it takes 10 years to accomplish what I want to do with my life and to bring that vision to life, am I still okay with that? Well, guys, that would make me 45 and retired. My dad is 50, 57, 56, 57, and he still works full-time job. He still has to deal with all this crap. He still has to deal with people telling him what to do. He still has to deal with asking somebody to go on vacation. So the point I'm making here is that it doesn't matter if you want it overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. So you've got desire, you've got action. Now that what you need is patience. Because bringing your vision to life requires patience. It's not going to happen right away. You got to be able to put the work in and allow the process to do its job. You got to allow everything to kind of come to fruition. And if you don't do that, what's going to happen is you're going to end up falling in this pit every time that something doesn't go your way in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 12 months, right? A year. It doesn't matter. Like, you're going to fall into those pits because you're like, well, it didn't work this time around. But if you keep jumping from thing to thing to thing, it's not going to work. I did a lot of that last year when I got into the digital marketing world, because I saw that. I saw people jumping from affiliate offer to affiliate offer, trying to make the extra money. And I talked to people that I asked them, I said, what did you do to really be successful? And you know what the answer was? I was patient, trusted the process. I put my faith in a system. I promoted that system. I got behind it. I believed in it. I used it. And when people would say, oh, how long have you been doing this? And instead of going, oh, a few weeks, you can be like, oh, a few months. And eventually you can go, oh, a year. And eventually people are going to go, well, what do you do? And you're going to say, well, I'm a digital marketer, or I'm an online marketer. And then you can go that route. But then eventually after that, as you get further along down the line, you're going to start telling people, I help people get free from their jobs just like I did. That's it. But it requires patience. You got to get there. You got to work to it. All these gurus online telling you that, hey, I made $55,000 in a month. This is awesome. This is my biggest month ever. You know how long it took them to get there? And if any of them tell you it took them a month to get there, you can donkey punch them right in the taint, because I'll tell you right now, that is a bold-faced lie, because I guarantee you they have a list, or they have some sort of following, or they've built up YouTube videos, whatever it is. They have absolutely lied to your face if they told you it was brand new, no list, no leads, no nothing, and it made $50,000 in a month. You run as fast as you absolutely freaking can from that person, because what they're doing is they're selling you. They want you to buy that thing because they know that the attrition rate, that turnover rate in most of those platforms is super high. People get in it, they think it doesn't work, they get out of it, and it's just boom, 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 just that ping pong back and forth. So the big thing here is that you've got your desire, right? You got to fuel that desire. You got to feel it. You got to really just make it every fiber of your being that you really want that thing, and then put action to it. Don't sit back and be like, oh, well, I'll do this little thing. No, you go all in. You put the action in. If you want to be an affiliate marketer, be an affiliate marketer. If you want to be a network marketer, be a network marketer. Don't say, well, I'm going to try this. If you're going to try it, then you can try your way onto the sidelines and watch everybody else succeed. Yes, I'm talking the real truths here, right? I'm not holding back. So desire, action, and patience, right? And here's the thing. You may fail. You may have times that you're going to fall back, and it may be a couple times, it may be a dozen times, it may be a couple hundred times. But the biggest thing that's going to really show that true success for you is, number one, how fast you get back up, and number two, how many times you get back up. If you continue to get back up and push forward, every time you get up, you're going to be further than you were before. And with every failure, you'll learn a valuable lesson. And you're going to take that lesson. You're going to go, all right, I'm not going to make that mistake again. It might look similar the next time. And you go, well, I kind of made the same mistake, but it was kind of different. And here's why. Reflect on it. Learn from it. Get back up. Move forward. Don't sit down. Don't go watch Netflix and eat a tub of ice cream and binge all freaking night. Just get yourself back up and keep going. So if you fail, change your approach. It's okay. Be okay with change. Be okay with switching things up a little bit to make it work. You know, all of the successful advertisers out here, you see all those ads from Russell Brunson and the funnel guys and all these things, and traffic and funnels and all these guys out there that are making you think that, you know, you have to do their thing. They're doing that because they test those ads, right? They probably have a team of people doing it. Like Russell, I highly doubt he writes any of his ads anymore. He's got a team of people, a team of copywriters that do that for him. But what I will say for this aspect, right, is that be okay with changing it up. The whole point of advertising is to figure out what works and what doesn't work and change things up as it goes to make it better. And when you're doing that, work smart, right? Don't sit back and just kind of wait for things to change, wait for things to happen. What you got to do is you got to work smart. You got to push yourself forward. You got to make yourself understand what it is that you're changing. And then you got to focus on making that change in order to really make it worthwhile. And that's where, like, you got to focus on the kind of work that actually adds more value to your life and to others. You know, prioritize producing quality content. Prioritize using the tools that you have to make things as best as possible for you moving forward. And then the other part of it too is that as you continue to learn and as you continue to grow, you're going to continue to find these things that you can optimize. You're going to continue to find these things that look really, really nice for you. And you're going to think about that as, is this what my prospects want to see? And then you're going to start building that vision to your life, right? So to conclude on all that piece, right, is let's go look at the beginning, okay? Why do you fail to attain your, what you truly desire? Well, you don't want it bad enough. If you want it bad enough, you're going to do everything it takes. It's constantly going to be on your mind. You're constantly going to be thinking about things that you can do. You're going to be just really jonesing to do that next thing to get your business moving forward. That's the desire. That's the determination. That's that burning desire inside of you. With the book Think and Grow Rich, they talk about having that burning desire inside to be truly successful. That's what you got to have. And then you got to put action to it. Okay. So you get that burning desire, then you got to put action to it. And once you put action to it, then you got to be patient because it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't just pop up and all of a sudden you're a billionaire. You're going to take time to get to what you want. And with that time that you take when you're taking that action and you have that patience, you're going to fail. You're going to fall down. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to have haters. You're going to have people that tell you that you can't do it. You're going to have people that are going to tell you that, you're failing and you should just quit now because it's just going to waste all the money and it's going to waste all your time. No, pick yourself back up, figure out what happened, do some reflection, make some adjustments, and move forward. Try, fail, adjust. Try, fail, adjust. That's what it is, right? Action, failure, learn a valuable lesson, and move forward. And then lastly, be okay with change and work smart about it. Be okay with making a change to your method of operation. Be okay with making a change to whatever it is that you're working on. Maybe you have to change your platform a little bit. Maybe you've got to get a different funnel builder that doesn't cost you as much money or isn't as complicated. Or maybe it's a different coach or maybe a different mentor or maybe a tool that isn't working for you anymore, but your buddy's got one that's working better. And then be smart about it. Actually do some reflection, do some research, think about it, sleep on it, meditate on it, whatever you want to do something that allows you to really decide, is that the change that you need to make? Like when it comes to advertising, you may not need a whole lot of changes. You may not need a whole lot of things that you need to do, just maybe one little tweak at a time. But it's still, you need to think about what is it that you're making the tweak for and why. That's what's all about working smart. So that's the conclusion there. That's what I wanted to get out there for you today. And before we go, if you are kind of struggling in this area and you're looking for a way to get that head start, right? Maybe you're looking for a way that you want to, boost yourself forward and really ride on the coattails of people who have really put a lot of work into this already. Think about somebody like, if you could hop in the back of a pickup truck of somebody that's already going the direction you're going, and they just take you along with them, isn't that better than struggling by yourself? And so what I've done is I've partnered with people that have already gone through the pains and the struggles of learning how to properly build an affiliate marketing business based around email. And I know people out there say email's dead, do Facebook, do this, do that. It's because they want you to buy their course. That's all it is. And I'm here to tell you, I don't want you to buy anything right now. What I want you to do is I want you to go grab a book, right? This book is going to teach you exactly what it is that you need to do to build that foundation. So if you're confused, if you're failing, if you feel like everything is not, happening the way you want it, that guy right there, okay? 9 to 5 Freedom Secret. Go there, grab that book, read that book, and then let me know if you have questions. Because the thing is that book right there is what really set me straight. Now, yes, there's a lot of similarities in that book of, what you have versus, or what you know versus what this guy knows. This is my buddy Nick. He wrote this book, but he wrote this book with the intention in mind that you can have a business that actually can get you job free in just 30 minutes a day. Now, for all of us that are like myself, that are still working a day job, 30 minutes a day is obviously, that's not that much, right? We can handle that. Not a big deal. So go there, get the free book. Not going to charge anything for it. You might see something later on after that. Either way, let me know if you have questions. Reach out to me. I'm open to anything. I want to help you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are getting everything you possibly can to build your business moving forward. I'm thankful for the opportunities that have been given to me that's starting to build my freedom, and I want the same for you. So that's all for tonight. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will see you next week with the next action topic.